How's it going, everybody? Historical Military here with another video, and today I want to talk about the American model of 1917 helmet, or specifically known as the Brody helmet, and I want to talk about their training helmet specifically. As you can see, it is different from regular Brody, which I'll bring up in a minute or so to compare side by side. What we have here is we have a red stripe to indicate that it is trained, or for training purposes, also with a steel cutout hole, which again I'll show up in person or show up in close. Now these were used as training helmets because they didn't pass the inspection test that every batch of model of 1917 helmets go through. So what they had to pass was they had to take a 45 ACP round to the dome from about 10 feet away with no signs of cracking, and the dent had to be less than 13/16 of an inch deep. These were, I believe, done in batches of about 6,000 or so, and if one failed, then all 6,000 would be sent to the reject pile. All right, let me compare it side by side with this typical Brody, and yeah, we'll take a look at that. All right, guys, so here I have the two different helmets. On the left, of course, is the training one. And on the right is just this typical standard M1917 American helmet. Now, I am only going to be showing the American version of the Brody. The British is quite similar, yet it has very small different variations. And we're just not going to talk about that right now. Bring the camera up close and I'll show you guys the different helmets. Alright guys, so here's the training Brody up close. Of course, you have the red stripe, as I mentioned before, indicating that it's a training helmet. It goes all the way across. And another thing is that they have the hole right here showing that it is training, just a steel cutout hole. But this is so they wouldn't be sold to anybody, sold abroad. They knew that these were defects and they were bad, and they were only to be used in training camps and for training purposes only. Now coming over to the to their normal helmet, of course, it doesn't have a red stripe, no hole, just a typical pot with the, I want to say it's a gravel finish on top. As you can see, it's very rough. This one also has it, but then if we flip them over, they're basically identical because they are in fact the same helmet. Just one is for training purposes because it didn't pass the inspection. So I guess you could say this is a video going into a little bit of the Brody itself. You know, hole right here. This one's actually very intact. Has a full leather liner and chin strap, buckle. Very nice. Has the liner. It has the Titan cord to fit the head, but the cord is actually, I believe this is the cord right here. I don't want to hurt it at all. And another thing is that they would have batch numbers going around here. I believe this one has it over here, and I'll get to that. But this one doesn't. I believe it's because that it's a training helmet, and they didn't see it fit to put it on there. So going over here, let me move this real quick. Just put that in there just so it wouldn't fall apart or anything. Of course, you have the exact same thing. This one's in a little worse condition. Same chin strap. That's the number that I was talking about. In the light, let's see if I can get in the light. That is a heat code, heat stamp that shows where it was made from, when it was made from. I don't specifically know how to tell where it was made from with that, but I know you can. And again, the liner is the exact same. They are pretty identical. Another way to tell if it's American made is the way that this rivet is. The British have like two pins that come out and then like fold to one side. But yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, and those are the training helmets that I was talking about. Just a quick little video. You know, I didn't want to go extremely in depth into it. That was basically it. Very, very similar to the regular Brody, of course. Yet these were only used in camps, training grounds. You know, stuff like that, weren't actually taken to the legitimate battlefields, you know, in the First World War and stuff like that. They were just kept in the States and are actually pretty rare. And this one is in such good condition. I'm kind of surprised that I was able to get it. But yeah, guys, Thanks for taking a look at this. Hopefully you learned something. I know I find this pretty neat. You know, it's not something you see every day. You know, it's the typical helmet, but then, you know, they have some backstory to it. So thank you guys for watching, and yeah, have a good one.